Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 10th of November 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affair. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students that you can download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily section, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section, which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section, which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. Next is the monthly section, and in the monthly section we are providing four type of PDFs. One is detailed current affair, second is question and answer format, third is the best 100 current affair that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and the pocket PDF. It means the 2-liner and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise these type of current affairs before your exam in quick format. But to enhance your performance further, we are also providing 20 most important topic wise PDF. It means if you want to cover one particular topic, then you can use this type of topic wise PDF. If you are a banking student, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy, and you can attempt this quiz only on our application on monthly basis. If you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, then you can use this exam PDF. We are also providing detailed budget and economic survey, and expected question and answer will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs in quick format before your exam. If you are appearing for your respective state exam, we are also providing state current affair, and the most important thing that we are covering every state and union territory. So all these things comes under only one subscription. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, you have to log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But if you are a new student, you are just starting your preparation, I am just advising you to subscribe these current affairs for 2 years because the price is very much low. And on both subscriptions, we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. If you have any query, you can email us or you can contact us on this number or email ID. So let's start today's current affair, that is 10th of November 2021. But first of all, I am requesting you all the students that please like this video, please share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform and join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the first question in the most important section. Who became 72nd Grandmaster of India? Yesterday we covered one question that was 71st Grandmaster, and 71st was Sankalp Gupta. This was 71st. And Ritvik Raja was 70th Grandmaster, and Harshit Raja 69th Grandmaster. So only one option left. This is Mitrabha Guha. My pronunciation can be wrong, but you have to remember Mitrabha Guha becomes the 72nd Grandmaster of India. And Mitrabha Guha belongs to which state? You can also see here. He belongs to Calcutta. It means he belongs to West Bengal. And he became the India's 72nd Grandmaster. And Mitrabha Guha, who has world ranking of 770, secured the International Master title, IM, International Master titles in 2019, and FIDE Master title in 2009. And what is the norm of this Grandmaster? So according to the FIDE, to achieve this FIDE's Grandmaster title, a player has to secure 3 Grandmaster norms and cross the live rating of 2500 points. And former World Chess Championship and most important player of India, that is Vishwanathan Anand from Tamil Nadu, became the first Grandmaster from India in 1988. He was the first Grandmaster from India. So remember, till date, 72nd Grandmaster recently became, and this name is Mitrabha Guha, and he belongs to West Bengal. Just remember 71st and 72nd because only 1 day gap is there. Sankalp Gupta is 71st and Mitrabha Guha belongs to West Bengal, is the 72nd Grandmaster of India. Moving to next question, and again it is most important. Which city joined UNESCO Creative Cities Network for 2021? First of all, you have to remember what is this UNESCO Creative Cities Network. But the answer of this question is Srinagar. Recently, Srinagar added under the UNESCO Creative Cities Network for 2021. So you can see here, Srinagar joins UNESCO network to creative sites, and even Prime Minister also praised this initiative of the UNESCO. and Srinagar became the 6th Indian city to receive this recognition. This is very important because earlier 5 cities were selected, like you can say Jaipur is there. Jaipur is in 2015, it was selected, and Varanasi is there. Varanasi again in 2015, this was added simultaneously, and Chennai in 2017, Mumbai in 2019, and Hyderabad again in 2019. Hyderabad in 2000. So these 5 cities earlier received this recognition, and Srinagar became the 6th Indian city to receive this recognition. And Srinagar is selected under the craft and folk arts category because there are 7 type of categories, and you can also remember that Jaipur is added under the craft and folk category. Varanasi is also you can say entered under this list under the creative city of music, city of music category. Chennai again creative city of music, Mumbai film city, Hyderabad gastronomy. Remember, gastronomy city. So this is Hyderabad. So you can also remember if the exam is belongs to state PSC, then examiner can ask this much of detail. So you have to remember Jaipur crafts and folk arts, Varanasi creative city of music, Chennai also creative city of music, Mumbai film city, Hyderabad gastronomy city, and Srinagar you can remember it is again gets this title under the craft and folk arts category. And other cities in 2021 list is Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, Doha, Qatar, Bursa, Turkey. So these cities were also added. But you can remember total 49 cities were added in the 2021 UNESCO Creative Cities Network for 2021. Total 49, and out of 49, only one belongs to India. This is Srinagar, the capital of Jammu and Kashmir. But first of all, you have to remember what is this UNESCO Creative Cities Network. So this was created in 2004, or this initiative was started in 2004 by UNESCO as a part of its 2030 agenda for sustainable development. So what can be the main objective? It is to promote cities with creativity and cultural industries at the heart of their development plans at the local level and cooperating activities at the international level. Till date, 295 cities reaching 90 countries were added to the network that was selected under one of the 7 designated fields. Like already cleared the fields like craft and folk arts, media, film, design, gastronomy, literature, music. So these are the fields under these creative cities network is included. So you have to remember Srinagar is added under which category? Srinagar is added under a creative city as the craft and folk arts category. And you can also remember recent related news like Kakatiya's Rudreshwar temple, which is also known as Ramappa temple in Telangana, became the 39th World Heritage Site of India and first heritage site from Telangana. This was again very important question. Even we covered this question in the most important section. So you have to remember this. Now we are moving to next question, but first of all you have to remember about Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir, very important national park is there. Like Gulmarg Wildlife Sanctuary is there. Dachigam National Park, very important. Dachigam National Park, recently asked in Punjab exam and also in Haryana exam, also in Himachal exam. So same question asked in 3 states. Dachigam National Park, very important. And very important national park is there. Gurugram, Gulmarg is there, Dachigam is there, and Kishtwad is there. Kishtwad National Park, that is also in Jammu and Kashmir. Very important national park. So moving to next question. So all the most important questions we covered. Moving to next section, it is a very important question section. First of all, you have to like this video. Every student who is watching this video, please like this video. Share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Who launched Shramik Mitra scheme for construction workers? The keyword underlined here, Shramik Mitra, and this scheme is launched by Delhi government. So answer of this question is A. So you can see here, Delhi government launches Shramik Mitra scheme to ensure benefits reach construction worker. Remember, it is only for the construction workers of the Delhi government. And 800 Shramik Mitras will reach out to construction workers. It means you can remember this, under this scheme, 800 Shramik Mitras will reach out to the construction workers and spread awareness on the government schemes. It means how they can avail the government schemes, what are the benefits which are provided under this government scheme. These Shramik Mitras will tell the construction workers, and about 700 to 800 Shramik Mitras will be appointed, and around 700 to 800 Shramik Mitras will be trained under this program, who will work as the district, Vidhan Sabha, or you can say Legislative Assembly, and ward level coordinators. And Delhi government has also increased the dearness allowances for unskilled, semi-skilled workers to increase their salary by around 1%. It is again for the construction workers. And they will also ensure that no worker is left out of the schemes or deprived of any type of assistance which is provided by the government, or which is provided under the government schemes. So the main function of this Shramik Mitra to provide awareness about the government schemes to the construction workers. And at present, Delhi government is providing various type of initiatives to the construction workers registered with the Delhi Construction Board, like 3 to 5 lakh rupees for housing construction, and 2 lakh rupees for accidental insurance, 3,000 rupees per month as a old age pension. So these are the initiative which was started by Delhi government, especially during the lockdown time period. So remember this, Shramik Mitra scheme is basically started by Delhi government. It is for the construction worker. It is to provide awareness about the government schemes, and awareness will be provided by Shramik Mitras, and total 800 Shramik Mitras will be appointed by Delhi government. They will be provided special training for this. Moving to next question. Which disputed region renamed as Kittur Karnataka or Kittur Karnataka? So this decision is taken by the Karnataka government, and Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai ji announced to rename the disputed Mumbai Karnataka area as a Kittur Karnataka area. So answer of this question is C. And it consists of how many districts? It consists of 7 districts. Remember, especially the Karnataka students and the Maharashtra students, it consists of how many districts? 7 districts. So you can see here, this is the area. This you can say a red line area. This is known as the Mumbai Karnataka disputed area, and total comprising 7 you can say districts, and this is now known as Kittur Karnataka area. And the announcement was made on the 66th Karnataka Rajya Utsav Day, or the you can say national day, state day on November 1st. And the region was under the erstwhile Bombay Presidency before independence. It means before independence it comes under the Bombay Presidency, and what under the Karnataka state after 1956 State Recognition Act, which was passed by the Parliament. And you can also remember the name Kittur originated from the historical Tulak in Belagavi district in North Karnataka that was ruled by Rani Chennamma. And Kittur Rani Chennamma had fought against the British for freedom about 40 years before Jhansi, before Rani Lakshmibai, you can say. And in 2019, Hyderabad Karnataka region was also renamed as Kalyan Karnataka. This Hyderabad Karnataka region was also known as Kalyan Karnataka. So just remember, Mumbai Karnataka area will now be known as Kittur Karnataka, and it comprises 7 districts. 7 districts. So you can also remember about Karnataka. Chief Minister is Basavaraj Bommai ji, and Governor is Thawarchand Gehlot. And very important national parks are there, like Kali Tiger Reserve is there, Dhandeli Tiger Reserve is there, Kudremukh National Park is there, Banerghatta National Park is there, Bandipur National Park is there. Very important national parks are there. Even Chikmagaluru iron ore mine is there. Tumakuru iron ore mine is there. Very important. These are most important iron ore mines in Karnataka. Moving to next question. Which cricketer is appointed as brand ambassador of My 11 Circle? In today's session, we will cover 5 to 6 brand ambassadors. So very important, you have to cover this. Which cricketer is appointed as the brand ambassador of cricket game fantasy, which is known as My 11 Circle. My 11 Circle. So it is 24/7 fantasy cricket platform. And they announced Mohammad Siraj. Answer of this question is C. So you have to remember again, new brand ambassador. So Mohammad Siraj is a part of Indian national cricket team and also plays for the Royal Challengers Bangalore team in IPL. And other brand ambassadors of this My 11 Circle like Saurav Ganguly is there, Ajinkya Rahane is there, VVS Lakshman is there, and so many players are there. But new name added is Mohammad Siraj. And My 11 Circle recently launched a latest campaign called Game Ke Diwane. Game means cricket ke diwane. So Game Ke Diwane. So just remember, Mohammad Siraj is there. And you can also remember about Rishabh Pant. He was also appointed as a brand ambassador recently of Hercules. Remember Hercules. Hercules is a very famous bicycle brand, and he will promote the cycling culture amongst the urban teenagers of the country. So remember, Hercules brand ambassador recently appointed as Rishabh Pant, and Mohammad Siraj appointed as a brand ambassador of My 11 Circle, which is a fantasy game platform. Next question, a book titled Nehru, The Debates That Define India, authored by whom? So you have to just remember this book is related to Nehru. It means I am talking about Jawaharlal Nehru. And the book examines Jawaharlal Nehru voicing ideological disagreements, forging political alliances, offering visions to the future and molding political visions. And this book is written by Adil Hussain as well as Tripur Daman Singh. So Tripur Daman Singh. So just remember the name. Answer of this question is both A and C. D is the answer. So you can see here the debates that defined India by Adil Hussain and Tripur Daman Singh, and the book illustrates the idea of Nehru with contemporaries across the political spectrum, and this illuminates 4 encounters with his contemporaries like Muhammad Iqbal is there, Muhammad Ali Jinnah is there, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Sardar Patel, who was the first Home Minister as well as first Deputy Prime Minister of India, and Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, who was the one of the founder of Bharatiya Janata Party. And this book illuminates 4 encounters with these persons. And remember, Jawaharlal Nehru was the India's first and the longest serving Prime Minister for 17 years and 286 days. This is the longest serving Prime Minister till date. And some famous books of Jawaharlal Nehru includes The Discovery of India, very famous and so many times. The Discovery of India, Glimpse of World History, Glimpse of World History. This book is again very important. And The Unity of India. This book asked recently. The Unity of India. This is also written by Jawaharlal Nehru. Moving to next question. Again, this question is related to brand ambassador. And who is appointed as the brand ambassador of very famous company Amway India? Amway India. So Amway India recently appointed Bollywood megastar. When I am talking about megastar, then only one name is there. This is Amitabh Bachchan as their brand ambassador, and as a part of the momentous association, he will endorse the brand Amway and all the Nutrilite products by Amway, because Nutrilite is also a sub-brand of Amway India. And through guided mentorship, he will encourage women and youth empowerment. So you can see here Amitabh Bachchan is their megastar, robbed in as brand ambassador, Amway India and Nutrilite. And you can see here through guided mentorship, he will encourage women and youth empowerment. Even you can also remember South Delhi Municipal Corporation appointed Punjabi singer Jasbir Jassi, who belongs to Punjab. I think a very renowned name is there, Jasbir Jassi, as its brand ambassador. So South Delhi Municipal Corporation appointed Punjabi singer Jasbir Jassi as its brand ambassador as a part of its plan to improve the ranking in 2022 Swachh Bharat survey. So the South Delhi Municipal Corporation will identify 5 brand ambassadors of Swachh Bharat mission. And a decision was also passed to implement revised plastic management rules of 2011, and it was decided that there should be complete ban on the plastic thinner than 120 microns. And you can say it will be complete ban on the plastic thinner than 120 microns after 2021. So this will be the initiative of the Delhi government also, as well as the center government also. So you can also remember this. Next, which bank has announced a renowned singer and actor Zubeen Garg? Again, you have to remember the keyword. Again, we are talking about one brand ambassador, but this is a very important question and the most important question for the banking students. Which bank has announced a renowned singer and actor Zubeen Garg? I am not talking about Zubeen Nautiyal. I am talking about Zubeen Garg as the brand ambassador for the bank only for the Assam area. So that's why it is very important. And this is the first brand ambassador of this bank. Remember, first brand ambassador of this bank. And answer of this question is Bandhan Bank. D is the answer. So Bandhan Bank has announced a renowned singer, actor and even composer Zubeen Garg as the brand ambassador of his bank only in the Assam. And it is the first time that Bandhan Bank has associated with the brand ambassador since the inception of Bandhan Bank, because it was started in the year of 2015 as a bank. And Zubeen has released a song and music video titled Assam is in My Mind and Soul and Bound Together by the Bond of Music. This is a song and music released by Zubeen. But you have to remember here about Bandhan Bank. It was started as a bank in 2015, and its headquarters is in West Bengal, Calcutta. Its managing director and CEO is Chandra Shekhar Ghosh. Chandra Shekhar Ghosh. So remember. And remember about Assam. Chief Minister is Himant Biswa Sharma and Governor is Jagdish Mukhi. Very important national park is there. Raimona National Park is there. Dahing Patkai National Park is there. Kaziranga National Park is there. Manas National Park is there. Even Dibru-Saikova Biosphere Reserve is there. Very important. Dibru-Saikova Biosphere Reserve. So Kaziranga is there. Manas is there. Orang National Park is there. So Nameri is there. Nameri National Park is there. So these are best national parks even in India and also situated in Assam. So you can also see here the picture of Zubeen Garg, the students who belongs to Assam. This is very renowned name. Recently, Swaran Jayanti Fellowship Scheme was in news. This was instituted in which year? Because the government of India has awarded, you can see in the picture, the government of India has awarded the Swaran Jayanti Fellowship Scheme for 2020-2021 for innovative research ideas to 17 scientists from scientific institutions across India. And this scheme was basically started in which year? This was started in the year of 1997. So answer of this question is A. So the fellowship recognized the potential of the scientist in the creating an impact on the research and development in the different disciplines. And the awardees under this scheme are facilitated by the Department of Science and Technology under the Ministry of Earth, or you can say Ministry of Science and Technology. And Swaran Jayanti Fellowship Scheme was instituted in 1997 by the Government of India to commemorate the 50th year of independence in 1997, because India got independence in 1947. And under this scheme, the young scientists who have a proven track record will be provided with special assistance and support to enable them to pursue basic research in frontier areas of science and technology. But you have to remember the duration of the fellowship will not exceed 5 years. Will not exceed 5 years. So just remember, this was started in 1997. Very basic question. Next, which state signed MOU with the World Bank to promote river transportation in the state? And this state is Assam. Again, we are talking about Assam. Answer of this question is B. So Assam Chief Minister Himant Biswa Sharma has started, or you can say a signed a memorandum of understanding with the World Bank, so that World Bank can give a loan of 770 crore to promote the river transportation in the Assam area. And the center government would return 80% of the loan amount and the state government would refund the remaining 20%. It means out of 770 crore, 80% will be, you can say, returned by the center government and 20% will be returned by state government. It means maximum burden lies with the center government. And you can also see here, World Bank sanctions 770 crores for inland water transportation department of the Assam. And how much loan? It is 770 crore. And even the Chief Minister also launched four vessels at Pandu port of the state as a part of the World Bank funded effort to integrate high quality passenger and the vehicle ferry services into the state's larger transportation network system. So again, this is very, very important. So you have to just remember, this is state of Assam, and I already told you so many things about Assam. And a very important river in Assam is Brahmaputra, which started in India from Arunachal Pradesh. After that it goes to Assam, and after Assam it goes to Bangladesh. And in Arunachal Pradesh it is known as Dehang. Brahmaputra is known as Dehang. In Bangladesh, Brahmaputra is known as J for Jamuna. J for Jamuna. So in China it is known as Sangpo. In China, Brahmaputra is known as Sangpo. So Brahmaputra, we can say, is the name only in Assam, or the full flow of the river from China to Bangladesh is known as Brahmaputra. Otherwise, in China it is known as Sangpo, in Arunachal Pradesh it is known as Dehang, and in Bangladesh it is known J for Jamuna. Move to next question. It is from picture. You can see here, Union Minister of State and Independent Charge Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh launched first ever mentorship program for young innovators, and this is known as DBT, Star College Mentorship Program. This is known as DBT, Star College Mentorship Program. And you have to remember one important thing, that this Star College scheme is a pan-India scheme initiated by this department in the year of 2008 to support colleges and the universities offering undergraduate education to strengthen science teaching across country. And it is a pan-India scheme emphasizing star colleges in every district supported by the Department of Biotechnology. It means in every district, one college or one institution will be declared as star college. And under this mentorship program, the star status colleges under the star colleges scheme will organize workshops, meetings per month, handhold at colleges, particularly in the rural areas or the lesser endowed areas, and conduct outreach activities with the government schools so that education can be enhanced, especially related to science and technology. So this is Department of Biotechnology under the Ministry of Science and Technology. And who launched it is Dr. Jitendra Singh. You can also see here Dr. Jitendra Singh. It is DBT Star College Mentorship Program. Now we are moving to important question section. First of all, you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Which country recently launched a small, low-cost Epsilon rocket with 9 satellites. So just remember the question as same as in slide. Answer of this question is Japan. And remember the keyword underlined here, Epsilon rocket. So Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, which is also known as JAXA, launched a small, low-cost Epsilon rocket with 9 satellites. And the 9 satellites were developed by private companies and enterprises, while one of them was jointly developed by the 10 national institutions of technology in Japan. So this is important. Just remember the keyword here is Epsilon rocket. So Japan launched small Epsilon 5 rocket with 9 satellites. Now we are moving to the one-liner important point. First point is Dr. Jitendra Singh launched first mentorship program, which is DBT Star College program we already covered. National Legal Service Day 2021 observed on 9th of November. It is to commemorate the enactment of Legal Service Authority Act, Legal Service Authority Act of 1987 to provide a statutory base to legal aid programs in India on a uniform pattern. And the day also aims to create awareness about the various provisions related to the Legal Services Authority Act, because the Legal Services Authority Act was enacted in 1987, but it came into existence on 9th of November 1995. That's why it is observed on 9th of November. And National Legal Service Authority headquarters in Delhi. And who is the executive chairman? It is Justice Uday Umesh Lalit. Uday Umesh Lalit. And who is Patron in Chief? Patron in Chief is Chief Justice of India. It is Justice N.V. Ramana. Next, foreign portfolio investments can invest in debt securities issued by INVITs. INVIT stands for Infrastructure Investment Trust, and REITs. It means Real Estate Investment Trust. It means foreign portfolio investors now can invest in the Infrastructure Investment Trust as well as in the Real Estate Investment Trust. Because REIT, which is Real Estate Investment Trust companies, is a portfolio of commercial real estates, a major portion of which is already leased out. And even INVITs, it means Infrastructure Investment Trust, comprise a portfolio of infrastructure assets such as highways, power transmission assets. So they belongs to this. So now foreign portfolio investors can invest under this debt security. Just remember this line. Next, RBI issued directions on the Babaji Date Mahila Sahkari Bank. Just remember this bank belongs to which state? This bank belongs to Maharashtra, and it is situated in Mumbai. Its headquarters is in Mumbai. Next, International Maritime Organization, again very important organization. Shipping emission must fall by third by 2030. It means it should be fall by 33% and reach zero before 2050. So a new study of the International Maritime Organization has discovered that international shipping must cut down emission by third in the decade, like by 2030 in the next 10 years, and make efforts towards zero emission before 2050. And the new study is based on the concept of carbon budgets, which set limits on the cumulative carbon dioxide emission necessary for holding global warming within a given temperature target according to the Paris Agreement of 2015. And international shipping is an important part of the global economy, since around 90% of the world trade is transported by sea. So we have to control the sea pollution. This is major concern all over world. And remember about International Maritime Organization, its headquarters is not in Geneva, its headquarters is in London. You can remember this, very important. India's new Green Deal can create over 50 million jobs. It is World Economic Forum white paper. So in accordance with the World Economic Forum's latest research report, which is known as white paper, known as Mission 2070. This report is known as Mission 2070, a Green New Deal for a Net Zero India. So it is a Green New Deal for India can add $1 trillion to GDP by 2030 and $15 trillion by 2070, with the potential of creating more than 50 million new jobs. So this is World Economic Forum white paper. And remember, World Economic Forum headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. You can also see your National Legal Service Day. We already covered this point. Now we are moving to the 9th November 2021 question. Question was very simple. Consider the following statement. Identify the right ones. Zambezi River forms boundary between Zambia and Zimbabwe. And next is Kariba Dam is located in the Zimbabwe. So we have to evaluate both the options. First of all, you can see this map, very important and very beautiful map. You can see this is Zambia, this is Zimbabwe, and this river is Zambezi. So you can see here. So you can see Zambezi rivers divide exactly Zambia and Zimbabwe. So first statement is true. First statement is very much true. So it is a boundary. Next is Kariba Dam is located in Zimbabwe. You can see this is the Kariba Dam. Basically it is situated in between Zambia and Zimbabwe, but its maximum part lies in the Zimbabwe. So we can also say that second statement is also true. So answer of this question is 2, that is, or not 2, Answer is C. Both of these should be the answer. So C is the right answer. So moving to next question. Question of the day. Very simple question again. Which of the following states separate North America from Asia? Now we are starting North America. Again, we will discuss Africa because some important questions are there about Africa which we not covered. So we will definitely start Africa again, but we are covering the North America now. So which of the following states separate North America from Asia? Very simple question. And you have to answer me only in the comment box. I am waiting your answer, but please like this video, please share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join our Telegram group from the description box link, and press this bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. But it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. Definitely don't take life so much serious. Life is fun, always be happy. Thank you guys, take care, bye bye. And today I am here to launch our new initiative, that is interactive infographics. Through our recent general awareness section analysis, we have identified that news related to mega events is finding more weightage in the competitive exams. And in order to cover news related to mega events such as Olympics, national awards, cabinet appointments, all of which contain heavy information, we have chosen a different way to convey, that is interactive infographics. You can see like this PDF. Only one PDF will cover entire Olympics, and this is a single interactive PDF. You can see here, this is a single interactive PDF, but it contains total 15 pages. You can see this is written here, 15 pages lead to exclusive content. What you have to do, if you click on a particular image, then it will show you all the detail about it. Like if you want to see about medals, then you have to click on medals. You can see page 2 is written here, then you can know all the things about the medals. Even you can also recall all the famous medal winners in the past. And you can click on this Tokyo Olympics. You can see this is the page number 1. Page number 1 is written on the right top, and all the information, very important information related to the 2022 Tokyo Olympics you can get from this PDF, even this particular page 1. If you want to know about different players, then you have to click on the players, like you have to click on the Bajrang Punia. Then all the information related to Bajrang Punia you can get from this page number 3. Then if you want to know about Neeraj Chopra, then you have to click on the Neeraj Chopra. Then you can see here page number 4 is there, and you will get all the information about Neeraj Chopra. So all the things related to particular image you will get by clicking on that image. So you can get all the information from single PDF. That's why we named it as interactive infographics. You want to see Tokyo records, then you have to click on this Tokyo records. You can see this is the page number 14, and this PDF contains total 14 to 15 pages. 15 is basically the last page, so total information is given in the 14 to 15 pages. And this format of presentation will help you to remember all the valuable information in an easy manner by connecting information to the related images. So we have launched 2 versions of this interactive infographics PDF. One is version 1 and second is version 2. Version 1 is basically, you can see this is written here like desktop version. So desktop version means you can view on this on your laptop, on your PC, and version 2 is basically for both mobile and desktop. But desktop version can be read only in mobile with the support of WPS application or OneDrive application, and can be interacted by clicking each image. But I am suggesting you, all the students, that please use desktop version on your laptop or your PC, and you can also use the application if you want to use on your mobile application. But I am suggesting please open mobile version in the mobile application and desktop version in the desktop, or you can say on your PC or your laptop. So our team has worked immensely hard to bring this to you. So please do share your valuable suggestions and feedback through comments, as well as it will boost us to create further such innovative initiatives. And please like this video, share this video, and subscribe this channel. And thank you all of you for watching this, and take care. Please comment us, and your valuable suggestions are basically very important for us, so that we can create further these type of initiatives. Thank you guys, take care, and bye bye.